Jokić the greatest big man of all time? I know a lot of people said he should start being in that conversation. Wilt, Shaq, Bill Russell, Hakeem, very skilled player. Check out the NBA Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. One of my favorites. Rebound, passing, definitely one of the best probably the greatest passing big man I can remember. So these debates are already hard to call because when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, even guys like Big Country, Rich Smits, Horace Grant. I mean, the league used to be filled with big fellas. Well, legit big men. I mean, Jokić only has one legitimate, guy to go against when he plays in the Eastern Conference. When you start talking about, well, you can say Anthony Davis, and I heard he got hurt again to the eye. So we know what that Dallas trade looking like. So Anthony Davis plays him really well, but when you look at it, it's not the, golden age of big men. And he's dominating, a whole different type of era of big fellas. That's why it's hard to compare eras. There's nobody in this league that's probably going to have a body of work for real of a Patrick Ewing. There's nobody in this league that's probably going to have the body of work of a Patrick Ewing. I say it again. Even without the ring, just what his skill set brought on both sides of the floor. Alonzo Mourning was enough. I mean, it was just full of great centers. And now you guys got guys like Draymond trying to play center. You got, you don't really have a lot of great centers anymore. The power forward is kind of the new center, and the small forward is the new power forward, and then really the small forward is really just an additional shooting guard. So, when you see Shaq and Hakeem battling and, going back and forth in the finals, the way Shaq and them got did dirty, you'd think Shaq didn't do nothing. It was a clash of the titans. Shaq was balling. So it's hard for me to say that when Wilt was putting up 100 points. Bill Russell got, 11 rings. I think 1 or 2 as a coach. Great defensive player. He held Wilt down. I think Wilt dominated any era. I just don't see, Jokić on the defensive side of the floor. He couldn't hold their jock straps. People always just talk about what he can do offensively. Could he stop Shaq? Could he stop Hakeem? Could he hold them? I don't see anybody holding Shaq. A lot of people get prisoners in a moment of the numbers. And today, you can't be as physical with these guys as you was yesterday. That's why, like I said before, he's a phenomenal, one of my favorites. I remember it was a question whether Denver was going to keep him and Nurkic. Phenomenal, but to me, Wilt, Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, David Robinson, I still take them over him. Yeah, I grew up in that era. I knew how great those guys were. So, yeah, I just grew up in that era. So, but everybody can have their opinion. What he's doing is phenomenal. But defensively, he couldn't stop anybody. I think some of them guys defensively can hold him down. And that's my opinion. But in the grand scheme of things, he's definitely a top 10 greatest player of all, top 10 center, 5. Definitely 5. People say, damn, CJ, you really gonna put Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Wilt? Yup. Trey. What Wilt tell Michael Jordan? I'm gonna do a video on that. Wilt and Michael Jordan beef. He told them they made the game easier for you. They made it harder for me, and that was a fact. That's a fact. So that's just my basketball. Now I don't look at the numbers because the numbers. I don't always look at the numbers. The numbers is like I said, how much they water down basketball. Like Jokić would get cooked by Shaq. That's just what it is. He can drag his ass out to the 3-point line. We'll live with that. But Jokić couldn't hold Hakeem. Hakeem could lock Jokić down. in his prime, and he'll put Jokić in a wash cycle. Fill, rinse, wash, whatever, rinse again, and spin. You know? So, I just know, I look at the era, I mean, you're not going against nobody. Jokić, I mean, Joel Embiid is gone. So they're not going up against legitimate big fellas. There's not going, he don't really have, and then when he do go against Joel Embiid, Embiid sits the fuck out. He sits out. So yeah, I find that freaking funny. I find it funny. So yeah, he's one of the greats. But if you just going off statistics, you can say he's the greatest. But if you're going off, knowledge and what you saw, no. Level of competition is key. If you beat, Final Fantasy on easy mode, it's the same as you beating somebody on hard mode. He can't control that. He can't control that. And we can keep it a bean. That's something out of his control. But no. I seen Prime Shaq. I seen Prime Hakeem. I seen Prime Ewing. I seen Prime Robinson. I seen those guys. I seen him. Damn, you gonna ride this dude's ass? The way people in the burbs drive, they are so entitled and impatient. Somebody need to get out the car and slap the shit out of this guy in his Nissan. There's always be. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. But yeah, I like Jokić. One of the best. The best right now. Should he be MVP? I don't watch enough, but I like Shea, but you can't get no sympathy VPs out. What he doing right now? Probably got to give it to. You probably got to give it to Shea. Give it to Jokić, but who knows, man? Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Join the Patreon.